All right, friends, it's T, and I'm back, men. We're back with a new video again. Jason Blaha, the strength and fitness dude. Yes, the gym lifting gear recruiting fitness slave himself. Jason Blaha. I'm gonna do a reaction video again today on Jason Blaha's video. Protein packed recipes. All right. Blaha says, can we only absorb 30 grams of protein at a time? Well, that depends.
Is it true that you can only absorb 30 grams of protein in one sitting? Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. Alright, my solution to this age-old problem is to simply stand up for 10 seconds, sit down, and eat another 30 grams of protein. Now you've had 2 sittings. Alright, problem solved. But joking aside, let's talk about this. Alright, this is a really popular myth. It's one that is pervasive. It has continued.
I love this popular myth. Let's bust this myth, okay? Let's use some real science, not fake science, but we're some real science.
According to NCBI, if muscle is going to gain mass, protein synthesis must exceed protein breakdown. While it may be common to view resistance training as a powerful stimulus for protein synthesis, it is also important to recognize that it is a signal for protein breakdown.
Here's the problem with that. So if muscle is going to gain mass, protein synthesis must exceed that breakdown. It does. It must exceed that breakdown. Well, there's a window. We know that there's a window for breakdown because it says here. It is also important to recognize that it is a signal for protein breakdown. Okay. Here's the thing. Here's one problem that you have with this. All right, this problem. Now that you're coming in the gym and you're eating protein, or sorry, now that you're coming in the gym and you're working out, you have one problem when you run out of these nuclei. Look. All right, so I don't know if this popped up. No, hold on a second. Domain size limit. Clear domain size limit. Tap the mic into your what? Clear domain size limit. Okay. Don't know why that's not working. All right, here we go. Okay. What determines bionic domain size limit? So, MND size has a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process beyond which extra bionuclei are donated by the satellite cell to do what? To support further muscle growth. See that? So without these nuclei, they synthesize protein. Without these nuclei, you cannot support further muscle growth. So when we go back here to protein synthesis, does it really matter at this point now? You are adapted. If you're adapted, means you're not getting any more adaptations. You understand what I'm trying to explain to you? So you going in the gym, you're signaling for protein breakdown, and then you're doing what? You're just replacing the protein that you're breaking down. What you're doing is this. You're breaking down protein all day long. All day long, your body is building protein and breaking down protein. That's how it works. That's how your body works. Okay, so now you go to the gym, and what are you doing there? You're speeding it up. You're speeding up the window for breakdown. And then what do? You go and consume a lot of calories or protein, whatever, to build back this breakdown that you did. Well, sometimes people go to the gym and they work out. They say, hey, I'm shrinking. I'm getting smaller. You are getting smaller because you're not eating enough protein because you're breaking down more than you're eating now. Like a yo-yo, like a stupid. See what I'm trying to explain to you? Building muscle, listen, building muscle. If you want to build muscle, you can't be adapted. You have to be unaccustomed, unfamiliar, and untrained doing those exercises. Or the exercise has to be so extreme to the point where it'll get damaged. Yeah, but it won't happen with a repeated bout if you're already damaged. You can't keep damaging muscles, get it, day in and day out in gyms. They don't damage every day, but they will get hypoxia and oxidative damage. That's totally different. So what are you doing there exactly in the gym? You have to question everything, bro. Get it? You understand me? If you don't understand bodybuilding, I suggest you fucking go out and study it. Stop being a doorknob. All right. This guy's a doorknob.
Still to this day, but we
This guy's a doorknob.
need to be clear. This is not based on science. It's not based on logic. It's not based on any evidence.
Man, I base everything on experience, and then I go look for the answers, and then I can understand it. I can explain it to people properly. I know where to find all the answers. Ain't nobody ever showed you what I show you on my channel. Nobody ever explained it to you the way I did. Unfamiliar, unaccustomed, untrained. You never knew that. None of you fuckers knew. None of you fucking people out there knew what I explained on my channel. You never knew that. And you can't fucking go out and say, yeah, I fucking knew that. No, you didn't fucking know that. You didn't know that it was based on doing those specific things, and it was based on these clinical signs, DOMS, and a bunch of other stuff. You didn't know that you were getting these, that those were the signs of, you didn't know that there was a myonuclear domain size limit. You didn't know that the myocytic energy receptor controlled the strength and not the mass of the limb muscles. You didn't even know that nuclei synthesized protein, and it reached an MND size limit. But how does it reach it? It reaches it when you're untrained, first training, solid cell fusion, hypertrophy. You didn't know fucking any of these things. And then I told you how to get this damage to come back. Unfamiliar, untrained, unaccustomed exercise is known to cause widespread muscle damage. So no fucking person can say that, oh, I already fucking knew that. No, you didn't fucking know at all, because if you fucking knew that, then you would go out and actually build real muscle. You wouldn't have to cry about it. And you didn't even know the two differences. A lot of people, they don't even know, man. I talked to fucking channels. They didn't even know there's two types of hypertrophy. Myofibrillar, sarcoplasmic. They're like, what's sarcoplasmic? And then you get asshole people on channels. They've seen my videos. You get him like fucking Ryan Russo, and then he tries talking about myofibrillar, sarcoplasmic, and then he goes, this is sarcoplasmic training. He tries to make up a bunch of shit. He doesn't even fucking correlate it properly. He doesn't even understand it. I brought out studies to show you what trained people get. They get sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. If they can be a trained athlete, but they're trained doing that exercise. You understand me? Yeah. I even explain what these studies are about. Whether people say they're untrained, they could be a trained athlete, but untrained doing that exercise. You understand me? Or you could be completely untrained coming to a gym. See what I mean? It's specific. And what do trained athletes get that are already trained in that exercise? Nothing, sarcoplasmic hypertrophy, because you're an endurance athlete. You are adapted now. So you're lifting for what reason are you lifting there? What are you lifting for? See what I mean? Why are you lifting? Because you're not building any muscles, so you have to lift to be good at lifting. See what I mean? You're a lifting slave. You have to lift to keep being good at lifting and maintaining those sarcoplasmic phony gains that you got. Phony muscle gains. They're not even related to strength or anything. They're just shit. If you gain myofibrillars, then you build new motor units. Yes, and energy receptors. So that strength is permanent. It becomes permanent just like the nuclei. If nuclei are fucking permanent, then guess what? Then the fucking strength that you get is permanent too. But you're not building any more nuclei because you're too stupid to know how to fucking build them.
It is based on the fact that the average protein shake ends up being about 25 to 30 grams that protein companies make. That is the entire basis of this. Now,
like watching this channel, I'm losing fucking IQ points, get it? And so are you, all of you fucking people. Anybody who's watching fucking Blaha's channel, if you're not losing fucking IQ points, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Because every time I watch him, I'm reducing my IQ fucking by watching this guy lifting every time in this fucking stupid fucking garage.
When people say, well, that doesn't make sense, Jason, why would this number be based upon the size of the average or slightly above average protein shake? Or slightly above average protein shake.
There's no such thing as a protein shake. The plants are not protein. They're not protein, bro. They're deficient in amino acids. And I think they have one specific one that is very bad for you. But anyways, They're not protein. Meat is protein. A shake is a waste of time, a waste of money. It's a cash grab, whatever. Anybody can write anything on a bottle and say, this is protein shake. Okay. Here's orange juice. Here's orange juice in a can. Protein shake. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
Because the supplement company started it. Okay? Yeah, the answer to that is quite obvious. That is why that number.
Regardless, are protein shakes going to build, are they going to make you grow muscles? All that sugar in there, maybe it'll grow through sarcoplasm, the sarcoplasm with the sugar. But is it going to build you muscles if you don't have sufficient amount of fucking nuclei to synthesize any more protein to support further muscle fucking growth, dude?
Was selected. The average protein shake was anywhere from 22 up to about 30 grams of protein. Going back decades, still to this day, that's the average protein shake. Okay? So if I wanted to sell more of a product and I had all the money in the bodybuilding magazines and fitness magazines and was their biggest sponsors, biggest ads.
Look, man, if I had all the money in the world, like this asshole keeps talking about now, they have all this money in magazines. If you had all the money in the world and all the time, what would you be fucking doing? Wasting your time lifting in a fucking garage? Or would you go out and try to figure out what really builds myofibrillar growth, like real muscles? And then you go and you shoot for that goal. You understand me? Now that you understand it, because somebody's explained it to your low IQ brain that this is how muscles really built, what are you doing there? What are you doing there watching these fucking influencers? Why aren't you going out and actually experimenting and finding out? I experiment still on my channel with food, a bunch of stuff. I do all kinds of things. What the fuck are you all doing? Instead of sitting around all day, lazy, and eating your fucking Cheerios all day. You know what I mean? Oh, he eats all that sushi, or he's going to get this, or he's going to get that. What the fuck is this? Where did this come from? Holy shit. This popped up by accident.
This is a...
Whatever, man. I don't know where I was now. Some shit here. So yeah, whatever, like I said there. People always fuck complaining about stupid shit.
Oh man, well we need to get 6 or 8 servings of protein. It's like, oh man, we got to get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So if I weigh 180 pounds, I need 180 grams of protein.
Why do you need that? Because that's the amount you're breaking down in the gym, and now you need to put it back again, replace it. Wow, that is really lifting slave, bro. Get it? Fuck me.
But then I can't do more than 30 in a sitting, so I got to have 6 meals. I don't want to eat 6 meals. Then they
Here's a question. What do you need 6 meals for? If you don't have any nuclei, if you didn't build any muscle, what the fuck do you need 6 meals for? What the fuck do you need that for? Man, if you want to build these sarcoplasmic muscles, you don't even need to eat protein. Just eat bags of fucking potatoes. Those are the best to increase the sarcoplasm. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously that's what you're building. You're not building anything else. So might as well just shoot for that goal. Get it? Build these fake muscles. What the fuck?
The solution. Okay, this is very typical of the supplement industry, and then we're going to get into the science debunking all of this in a minute.
Okay, yeah.
This has actually been completely debunked in the lab. Okay, the supplement industry loves to use the Hegelian dialectic, the problem, reaction, solution. Okay, they create the problem, then you have the reaction.
They create the problem, and then what? They sell you a solution?
And then they sell you the solution.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He creates a problem. He wants to create the problem is making you into a lifting slave. And then he's trying to sell you solutions on it, why you're not building muscles. And he makes video after video after video about this is what builds muscles, but this builds muscles, but that's going to build you a muscle. But if you do this, will build a muscle. And then this exercise will build a muscle. And then doing proper form will build a muscle. And then eating this supplement will build a muscle. And if you eat these particular meals will build a muscle. And if you eat this tofu will build a fucking muscle, bro. Get it?
Okay.
Christ.
Didn't they do the same thing with pre-workouts? They do the same thing with post-workout shakes and sleep aids, right? They created the problem. They give you really bad fatigue management program.
Here's what's wrong with everything about the fitness industry. People like this.
okay, and efficient high fatigue management programming, then you're tired, it's hard to recover, so they sell you stimulants and pre-workouts to help you get through these grueling workouts sometimes, and that again you're also not recovered from.
They sell you stimulants to get through your grueling slave workouts, your worthless, shitty ass motherfucking workouts, bro. Get it? Look at this guy. Look at what he looks like. Fucking 85-year-old motherfucking man, dude. What the fuck has happened to this guy? My friends, when I show him, they're like, he's 85, isn't he? I go, no, he's 47. They go, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, no, man. He's fucking 47. They're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, no, man. They're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, come on, dude. The guy's 85. No, man, he's 47. Nah, you're fucking with me. No, man, he's 47. They're like, no, bullshit, dude. That guy's 85. Come on.
And they give you protein shakes to help you recover afterwards, these recovery drinks.
Look at those legs. They're so skinny, bro.
And then because they pumped you full
They're so skinny.
of stems and all these other things, then they sell you sleep aids to help you wind down. Problem. They create the problem, and then they sell you the solution.
That's what Blaha does. Creates the problem, sells you solution. Here's the thing. Why is he on TRT? Why is he on steroids still? Why does he have to take steroids? See what I mean? Then he's gonna make videos about why you have low testosterone. You know why you have low testosterone? Because you're lifting weights, dude. That's why you have low testosterone, and you're eating drugs called carbohydrates.
And in this case, they create then the problem. Yeah, man, it's hard to get that many meals and a protein, but you got to do this because you only get the 30 grams. But we got these shakes you can drink.
Those skinny little legs, skinny little body over here. He's got a skinny little body with those skinny little arms. Come on.
2 or 3 of these shakes between meals, then you can have 3 or 4 meals a day, and then you can hit those perfect numbers.
Yeah, it's all about hitting perfect numbers, being a lifting slave to numbers. Ah, you're a number lifting slave. Now I get it. Okay, lifting number slave, yes. Useless and then die.
Right? And we don't go over the 30 grams, and you get that 1 gram per pound of body.
Is getting numbers, is that based on longevity? Is that healthy for you? What is that? Is that based on health, right?
Which you need, man, we got the solution for you. This is how you make.
Look, Mom, he's building man boobs.
Your gains, and we will sell it to you, except that they created the problem. All right, the reality.
Yeah.
There's no biological reason to have ever thought this was the case. Like, we've known that.
We've known what?
In the past, that absorbing protein, and we'll get into actual muscle protein synthesis studies. We've known for decades and decades.
Yeah, what about these studies, the protein synthesis studies? I don't need to bring out 1,000,000 of them. One's enough, okay?
The human body absorbs food sometimes for days after we eat it. And so what they found is that
it absorbs, yeah. A lot of carbohydrates that you're eating is being absorbed in the muscle. You get it? It's called glycogen. Yeah, man. They call it in science, they call it glycogen. So the carbohydrate converts to glycogen, is absorbed into the muscles.
Protein, depending upon the protein type. Yes, some proteins you can only absorb depending upon your individual gut, your gut health, digestive systems.
You can't absorb protein. You can't absorb protein. It's not an energy source. Duh. But that's why it's regulated by myostatin, follistatin, and the satellite cell. Get it? So, but glycogen is not regulated by by follistatin, myostatin, or the satellite cell. Get it, dude? Yeah. So you can absorb horrendous amounts of glycogen. Where they go? Into the muscle. And then you pose and you say, look, Mom, I look big. I got the muscle.
Size, everything could be 6, it could be 10, it could be 12 grams or whatever per hour, right? That's what you'll absorb. Now, some of these faster absorbing ones,
you're not going to absorb anything, man. He's full of shit. The body is breaking down and building up proteins. It's just replacing what it's broken down. But if you increase the breakdown, right, then you need to increase the buildup of it.
You can absorb more whey proteins, egg whites, you could absorb more per hour.
Okay, you can absorb all these things, then, oh, if you were just eating those, then why aren't you gaining weight? If you're absorbing these eggs, Blaha. You see what I mean? You're not gaining weight from that. You're gaining lots of weight from what? Carbohydrates. Even Eddie the Beast right now is freaking out. Why am I losing so much weight? Eating a carnivore diet. Do you want to know why? He's like, I'm eating 10,000 calories because carnivore is not a diet, and it's not a calorie. It's a high nutrient diet. See what I mean? But carbohydrates, that's a high caloric diet. It's an energy caloric diet. And so it stores energy in your body as fat and glycogen and garbage. And so when he went off of it, it starts going away. See what I mean? It's a drug.
But there's an upward limit. So the human body doesn't like to waste protein. Protein is difficult to obtain in nature. Okay,
Protein is difficult to obtain in nature? Protein is animals. Animals are protein, yes.
Our bodies do not, I repeat, do not like to waste protein.
He's making this shit up, whatever.
So what ends up happening, the digestion of it slows down, you absorb it over time. Now it tapers over time, you get a larger chunk of it shortly after.
Here's a question. When you have an adaptation, how much protein do you need and how much will be absorbed when you get an adaptation? Well, how much will be absorbed and how much do you need when you're adapted to these exercises? That's the question you have to ask.
After the meal, and then it tapers down. But generally, short of a protein shake or whatever, even if you eat a big chicken breast or something, you're still absorbing that protein through.
You think he's getting new adaptations because he's lifting every day here in the gym? Blah. Why isn't he getting bigger? If he's getting an adaptation, he'd get bigger.
Most of the day. Okay? We need to be clear on that. Even 8-10 hours after you ate it, you're still absorbing protein from it in your gut. That hasn't even reached your bloodstream. Okay? Then we factor in your whole
Nuclei enhance performance. Did you know that? They enhance your performance. That's what nuclei do. Myonuclei.
amino acid pool that's continually cycling through the body and recycling. You recycle like 400 grams
Yeah, you're recycling. That's what you're doing.
of protein every day just inside your body.
Sure, yeah.
Breaking down, reutilizing from different places and the organs and muscles and all this stuff. Okay, this is normal. Yeah. This is normal part of your metabolic function.
Well, what happens when you're insulin resistant because you're eating these carbs? They're anti-nutrient. What happens then when you're eating this protein?
Okay, so we have all that, and that has been known for a long time. So it never made sense, and even if you look at human history, never made sense. Oftentimes our big animal kills, we went days without them. So sometimes you didn't have refrigerators, so people sometimes ate pounds of meat.
You know, some people will go to their grave because of their fake beliefs. They're so stubborn that they believe in something so wholeheartedly, even though they discovered that it's fake, they will go to the grave, driving themselves to the grave with their fake belief that exercise is going to has some magic power, is going to make you live longer and all that by exercising yourself in an adapted state, destroying yourself. You know, these so-called marathon runners, they don't live very long. They die. They die young, bro. They're all dead.
And one day I didn't get any real meat for a week. Had to eat other stuff. It was pretty common.
That's how healthy exercise is. It's so healthy that these marathon runners, they're all dead. They die young. Some die of heart attacks, cardiovascular disease, a bunch of stuff. And then just the fact that they just died because they drove themselves to the ground, exercising because it's so healthy and has longevity benefits. I know. They're going to show you these old people that have never run before. So then they got them started running in marathons now and go, oh, look at this old dude and this old lady. They're running a marathon. Ooh, ah. Yeah, sure. They're so healthy, yes. They're shortening their lifespan now. They're gonna die because the other marathon runners, the other ones that were running, they're all dead.
Common all throughout human history, tens of thousands of years. It's fairly normal. We had to use all that protein the best we could. Okay, So, lo and behold, we know this absorption is slower than we thought. It can sometimes absorb it for a couple days. Well, what?
It can absorb it for a couple of days. It can't absorb it as an energy source. It can't absorb protein as an energy source. It cannot store it. It cannot store it as an energy source, okay? Shut up.
Happens with the people like, but that's that. What about for gaining muscle? Well, the studies that look at muscle protein synthesis literally match the same pattern. Okay, when stuff like 30 or 50 grams of protein is compared with
the only way you could do it is you got to create more contractile proteins. By damaging these muscle fibers, you can increase the contractile proteins. That's the only way, and that only happens in an adaptation. If you're adapted, there's no damage. There's nothing going on there.
100, what do you think happens? You just get a longer protein window. So
even these people that want to grow their penises bigger, they use this thing, whatever. It causes these micro tears in the penis to make it grow bigger. Yeah. Without micro tears, without an adaptation, the penis ain't growing, bro. You could do as much jelking as you want over there. Jelk yourself to death forever. That penis ain't growing. It ain't growing if it's not in a... It's two ways a penis can grow. If it's lengthened out in a stretched position, so they have these apparatuses to keep your penis in a stretched position. That's the only way it could grow longer. It'll add more content to the penis. It'll make it a bit thicker and it'll make it longer because it's in a position that has to do that. It's forced to do that. You're forcing it by staying in this stretched position. It's torturous for some people. I don't know. They could do that. And or you go to this thing and this sonic thing or whatever they call it, this thing they use, and it causes these micro injuries in your penis, and then it grows more material through the micro injuries. Yeah, that's about it.
What ends up happening when they look at the shift in muscle protein synthesis in the lab studying it, they actually produce a very similar spike. The larger protein amount, we didn't get, hey, this massive increase. Aha! On the spike that lasted an hour or so, right? Whatever from the smaller one. Because it absorbs slower. You're still absorbing it for hours longer.
Oh, brother.
What happened? It just lasted longer. So when they look at the shift in muscle protein synthesis, it spiked up to the same levels as even 30 gram, right? Yeah. And then it just sustained it and kept it there for hours.
Can somebody tell me when when will he ever build legs? When will he ever build a set of legs or calves? Or when will he build any forearms or biceps or triceps? When will he ever build any shoulders? And how about that chest is so flat? When will he ever build a chest? I know. He has a back. That's kyphosis, dude. He suffers from kyphosis. So it's sticking, it protrudes, his back protrudes, but I don't see any muscle on his back either. He has no lats. He has nothing. I don't know what's going on here, dude.
So it usually keeps it like 3 times as long. The net result, you end up with the muscle protein synthesis pretty equivalent to the amount that you ate, but instead of making it a larger response, it just makes it a longer lasting response. And it would look, based upon what we know about digestion, that you just absorb it longer, not faster. That if you ate 30 grams, and then ate 30 grams again in 2 hours, and then 2 or 3 hours you ate 30 grams again.
I don't know how many hours you've been working out here, adapted. How much protein have you? How much have you broken down? How much protein have you broken down already? I don't know. Who knows? Just add back the same amount that you broke down, but you'll never know how much that is. So that's why people complaining, I'm shrinking, I'm growing and shrinking, or whatever. Or I need to eat more carbs because I need to get bigger. Oh, okay.
The total curve of increase in muscle protein synthesis looks extremely similar to if you just ate 100 grams in one meal. This is what they found in the lab.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today.
Thank goodness that's all he has to say. I'll see you in the next one, friends. Don't you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'm telling you, just you're wasting your time. Wasting time here.